Is that an
Yeah.
X? Is
Yeah.
that an O?
Yeah.
Exo Sports Talk?
Yeah. Exo Sports Talk. 1, 2. 1, 2, 2.
What's that one? The dance is that one.
That's the new one.
To the left, to the right.
Wait there. Hold up. I'm not done yet.
You're like,
Yo, fellas, what time is it? It's Exo Sports time. Episode, you know what? Number 56. We've been doing this 56 times. Fellas, let's get it popping. There's so much going on in the sports world. First, we want to send a shout out to our boys, Malcolm and Terry, who couldn't be here with us tonight. They got other engagements tonight. But listen, bruh, we love y'all, man. Wherever y'all at, man, do what you do, but hurry up back, man. But we going to hold it down until y'all get back. What's up, my fellas? What's going on?
What's going on? What's going on?
Man, we here, brother. We are here. We are here. Didn't you know we are here? You better ask somebody. Exo Sports is back.
that's the B side of the album. Is that the B side?
Yeah, you can buy that at your local flea market for
go to the flea market. They got it,
a
huh?
slab of bacon.
Man.
It's up.
You can't. Yes, off the top, like I said, freestyle.
Emerson, Disco Dynamite. How are you?
Yeah, man. Come on, man. Aaron, I'm doing great, man. Listen, man, I'm excited, man, because listen, there's so much going on in the sports world, man. And I'm telling you, nobody has it better than Exo Sports Talk. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your principal at your school, tell your boss on your job to tune in to Exo Sports Talk. It's happening. It's going down.
and to our subscribers and the ones that listen to us on other podcasts, please, pretty please.
Yep.
Sometimes just tune in on YouTube and see Emerson
We're live. Yep.
and his moves. I
Swaggy.
I guarantee
it's
you
all
be
about,
saying,
that's it.
somebody, you got to come in the room and see this. This is real.
Forgot
Ryan, how are you?
Called you? E-Swag or something. I forgot the nickname they gave you. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Was a little on the lazy side this week, and I was like, beard. I was like, just let the beard grow in. What the heck? And next thing I know, I woke up in the morning, I was looking like Moses. It was all gray. I was like, where all this come from?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That's one thing about Father Time. He does not give you a mulligan.
That's it.
He tells you when you're out there in life, play on, because there's no turning around and saying, oh, can I do that shot again? Nope. That's life. Move on, kid.
Man.
Yeah. I can do the Jerome Bettis and dye it up.
Yeah, that too.
I was looking at him back there.
That
like,
too.
Dude older than me, hair all black. I was like, yo, look at that picture.
Oh my goodness.
Brian, tell me about that subscribe button, please.
Well, we at Exo Sports Talk would like to thank all our viewers and listeners for their support. We're currently streaming on all your podcast platforms. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to click that subscribe or tap that subscribe and click the notification bell. And feel free to join in on the topics in the subject section.
Absolutely.
And also you can call in 475-221-5006, and you can join in that way too. To the Exo Sports Talk family.
We are here. Exo Sports Talk.
Can't make it up. MLB NHL update, if you please.
Man, listen. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the MLB out the way, because I'm telling you, the Stanley Cup is hot right now. Yeah. So listen, I'm telling you, we're gonna go to our power rankings for this week. once again, topping the charts. I hate to say it, but I have to say it because we're live on XO Sports Talk. The New York Yankees, yes, they are just doing what the Yankees, the new age Yankees, the old age Yankees, the Yankees of the great days of Babe Ruth. I mean, they just look unbeatable right now. Pitching, hitting, they're just doing it. I think they have the most sold hot dogs in every stadium around the country. They're just winning. They're just winning. Listen, they just keep on winning. I'm telling you, they're going to be hard to beat. And I can't wait till we get to the month of October, because that's when it all says, let it all hang out. We want to see what you're made of. When you can win in October. So the Yankees are hot right now. They're doing what they do. Aaron Judge is just tearing the cover off the ball. It just seemed like he's one of the most feared hitters in baseball right now. Mm-hmm. Coming into the second and the power rankings, we have the New York Mets. Go New York, go New York. So the New York Mets are trying to help everyone from from the New York Rangers, who had a bad out against their hockey season, but we'll talk about that in the next segment. But listen, the New York Mets, they're doing what they're doing, playing good ball right now. I mean, there's no better time to be playing good baseball in the month of June, leading into the All-Star break, which is in July. And then we got my Dodgers coming in third on this week's power rankings. Dodgers are doing what they're doing. They're steady. They had a little slips and a couple falls here, but they get right back up. And I want to send a shout out to Dave Roberts because he's managing the hell out of that team. Yeah, and listen, coming in at fourth in the power rankings, number 4 this week are the Houston Astros. They call them steady Astros. They're coming at you all ways, all facets. Their bullpen is great. They're just pitching. They're pitching great. They're hitting great. All the fundamentally sound things that you do in baseball to win games. That's the Houston Astros. So big ups to them right now. They're going to be a tough out, I know, when October comes. So teams need to prepare themselves but they're right now, they're hot. Yeah. And then we got the San Diego Padres, Manny Machado and the boys. Listen, they're just doing it. I'm telling you, like I said, they're another hot team that's out there that's going to be tough. They're out there in the West, in my division with the Dodgers. So I'm just worried about them. I'm just worried about my Dodgers can hold on and, be strong going down the stretch because it really doesn't start until we get to October baseball. I love October baseball. But those are the 5 hot teams in the power rankings this week. And listen, I got to say this, the Atlanta Braves, don't you count them out. Don't you count them out. They may not be in my top 5 power ranking this week, but the Atlanta Braves, I'm telling you, watch out for them. I got a feeling they're going to come on strong again. So those are my top 5 power ranking teams this week. Now,
Emerson, before you go into hockey, let me ask both of you guys a question.
Yeah.
If Dusty Baker doesn't win the World Series, if Dusty Baker doesn't get the Houston Astros to the World Series, do you fire him? Emerson?
Absolutely not. What he's done with that team this year has just been incredible. So I'm keeping Baker around just because of his knowledge of the game and his managerial skills. He has, I think, superseded expectations this year for the Astros. His in-game management skills, his ability to be able to make the right calls at the right times. That's what a good manager can do for a ball club. And he's showing that each and every night when they're on the field. So not only was he a great player himself, but he's showing the great managerial skills that he has to bring this team to success this year.
Brian.
Yeah, and I don't think so. As Emerson was just saying, I was going to say the same thing. He's a historian of the game. He knows the game of baseball, and to me, he's a player's coach. He seems to know how to push the right buttons at the right time. He did blow the game for my Giants back then. He did blow that one. So, but he's, like I said, he's a student in the game. He's been around. He knows the X's and O's of the game. So I think he would get a pass on that.
I thought Dusty Baker would never get another shot managing after his son almost got smashed at home plate in the World Series.
I remember that. Yes. The Bat Boy.
Yep.
His son was the Bat Boy. Yes.
And it's interesting that his mother had told him his son has no business being in that dugout.
Yeah. But that's what they did.
And he told his mother, he was like, "Oh, come on, you think I'm going to let something happen?" And he said, and she was right.
Yeah.
But I think pressure is on Dusty Baker.
Yeah.
I think Dusty Baker's done a great job keeping the Houston Astros together after the so-called cheating that the Houston Astros did.
Yep.
So, but will the fans be patient with Dusty to say, okay, you still got the team competitive, you still have the team playing together as one after all the criticism of what they did down there in Houston? You know, time will tell.
And I think it all comes down to also is if they were to get there and who they lose to.
Yep.
Because if you lose to it, like you just say, a Yankees playing the way they're playing right now, you'll be like, tip your hats off.
But if you go 4-out, you're done.
Yeah, well, like I said, it all depends on.
That's when they're going to say, Houston, we have a problem.
You got it. I'm sorry, Emerson. Please continue.
No, we're going to say, Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah.
Listen, the NHL playoff, the Stanley Cup Finals, it's here. The long-awaited Stanley Cup Finals. Listen, I'm telling you right now, if you didn't see game one, shame on you. I'm telling all my fans out there in radio land and TV land and YouTube land and podcast land, what a game. I'm telling you. Now, listen, those Tampa Bay Lightning, they gave the lightning strike to the Rangers and they ousted them. But guess who was waiting? The Colorado Avalanche. And they fought a gritty game that had to go into overtime with the Colorado Avalanche pulling it out 4-3. Listen, it was a barn burner. The crowd was into it, mile high. I'm telling you, they were into it. It was just pandemonium all across the stadium. In that arena. Listen, what a game, what a game, what a game, what a game. Now, I know they're saying, oh, yeah, we're the defending two-time champs. We're the Tampa Bay Lightning. Colorado said, we don't care. We're going to throw the first punch, and they did. Now, Colorado is up 1-0 over the two-time defending champ, Tampa Bay Lightning. But we know the Tampa Bay Lightning, they're not going away quietly. They're going to say, wait a minute. We didn't just win 2 back-to-back Stanley Cups for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have something to say. So let's sit back and watch this because I'm telling you, as they say, get your popcorn ready. The NHL is on and popping. And I'm telling you, you want to tune in every time that NHL Stanley Cup Finals is on and it's going down. You know who I'm picking? I'm going Colorado, baby. Colorado. I've been saying it all year that they're a tough team. Go back to all of our episodes.
Yeah, you know.
I've been saying they're a tough team. They're going to be a tough out. The Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah.
I think they're going to shock the Tampa Bay Lightning. Watch out.
Yep.
Woo!
And we will be following
Got the Ric
them.
Flair up there. Woo!
Yeah. But back my thoughts of the Rangers and the Tampa Bay game.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the gentleman that got knocked out at the Rangers game.
At the Rangers game.
Yeah.
I hope he's doing well.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
That was a sucker punch.
Yeah.
And he just laid him out cold.
Yeah. It was tough. So I hope he's well. I hope he's recovering.
Yeah.
And there's just no room for that.
Yeah.
We're all sports fans. We all get a little edgy about our team, but there's just no room for that.
And the game is already physical enough.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's
And
no room for that.
kudos to the Ranger fans that went. It started helping a gentleman
Yeah.
who was knocked out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, not all Ranger fans are bad. It was just a guy who did something wrong.
Yeah. It's no call.
And
no
Aaron and
reason for
Brian,
that.
just before we move on, I got so sidetracked, man. I was just all hyped up about the Stanley Cup, man. I just got so sidetracked. But listen, I want to send a big shout out to the Oklahoma Sooner women's baseball team for winning their second straight championship.
Mhm.
Listen, what a team this year they were. Finished the season at 59-3.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, what's her name? Jocelyn Allo. She was named the MVP, had a 656 batting average. What a player she is. She was just phenomenal all phases of the game. She hit 9 home runs in 10 games.
Yeah.
I mean, who does that? Come on, and I think she holds the national record for career in home runs. So Jocelyn Allo, MVP, Oklahoma Sooners, we give you your props. Ladies, y'all are the champs this year.
Yep. Congratulations. on that.
Kudos. Congratulations.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Celtics and Warriors.
Okay.
What did you guys think of your thoughts on Game 5, Brian?
Game 5, I thought, to me, Boston, they played a horrible first half. Then they kind of found their groove. They settled in. And as what I've said before is an issue with them is that at certain times in the game, they just start pulling up televised jump shots and forgetting that they're the most athletic team. Get to the hole, get to the free throw line, get your easy points, especially against Golden State, because you're not going to outshoot them.
Right.
That's not going to happen. So they get on the spurts where they get hot from 3 and Boston just keeps on shooting them. So they brought the game back in that half, and then they couldn't throw the ball in the ocean. And Golden State just won it wasn't even a big run. It was just a mini run, and it was enough to win the game. So I'm curious to see how the next game going. Is the next game in the segment, or is it in this one?
It's in Boston.
It's in Boston.
No.
Tonight?
I'm saying, so I'm curious to see how they play. Not actually how they play, but where they're scoring from in this game. Because it's do or die anyway.
Yes.
But I want to see where they're getting their points from. If you're getting a lot of them from the arc, can you sustain that in 4 quarters? I don't think Boston can. So I want to see those interior points. That's what I'm looking for. But it was a good game, though.
Mm-hmm. Emerson.
Well, listen, I thought Boston seemed like they kind of shied away from some of the things that they've been successful with throughout the playoffs, even going back to the Brooklyn series and the Milwaukee series. I just didn't see some of the role players bringing it to the table like I just stated about the previous series they were in. I need to see some of that tonight, and I need to see some more of that if they're going to have a chance to win a Game 7 in Golden State. My big-time players, it's time for you to make big-time plays. You have to step up in these big-time moments. It's not tomorrow. It's not next week.
Mm-hmm.
It's right now. And I'm saying this, Brown, Tatum, come on. These are the things that will single you out throughout your career, down through the years, when they're talking about what your career was like when you played in the NBA. So these are the moments. You have to seize the moment. Tatum, do what you do. Brown, do what you do. Smart, come on, let's go. It's time to put up or shut up. You know Golden State. They're champions. They've done this. They've seen this movie before. And they just they say, come on, we're going to do what we do. We know how to win. You have to step up to the plate, Boston Celtics. and show them that you are ready for prime time. We're not talking about next year or the off season. Right now, Tatum, Brown, Boston needs you.
9
the world
o'clock.
needs to see you step up and put your name in that mark as some of the best upcoming young players. You have to do that in this series right here.
Yeah.
And I need to see that. I need to see that.
Brian.
I already won.
So it goes back to me.
Yeah. There you go.
Like, what are you talking about?
My feelings, that game, what you call was cold as ice.
Who?
He could not get anything going.
Steph Curry?
Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
But Wiggins was like a better version of a Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
He was attacking.
Yeah.
And he saved Golden State's bacon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Draymond Green, at times he had flashes, but I think one more peanut butter sandwich and
Come on, man.
about done. His athletic ability is almost shot. He's basically playing off of his NBA smarts because Boston,
and
they just, popping three. You play by the three.
You can die by it.
Surely die by the three.
Yep.
And like you said, Brian, I totally agree. Drive to the basket.
Aaron and Brian, hold on 1 second. Let me get my battery charger because my battery is trying to die on me. I forgot I didn't plug up. So, excuse me.
You just can't make it up.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. So, what was you saying, Eric?
Look right at their laptop and know they don't have a plug to it. And then when the light goes flashing that it's about to go off, they go, oh, maybe I should just go ahead and put it on the charger.
So as we look at his decorum in the background, we see he is a sports fan.
It's almost good because everything is still. There's no action of him moving or dancing or singing. So this is a good thing.
Yeah. So what would you say about Curry and the game? What was you saying?
I was saying that, Wiggins saved them.
Yeah.
And Steph Curry, okay, they made him work. But I don't think Golden State was really thought they were going to see a game like that out of Wiggins.
Yeah.
I have power.
And that really shocked them.
They were lucky.
Yep.
Because like you said, but at the same time, when you talk about Draymond Green, when you're saying he looks, I'm not sure if you're saying old or his game looks old. He's not. You're not looking for him to score. He's really your point guard facilitator out there.
And I agree with that. But here's the thing. If that kid Williams wasn't hurt, this series would be over. Because he would be grabbing everything. But on Sunday night, you can literally see that he was hurting.
What's the name didn't look that healthy to me either. Smart.
Yeah, something's bothering him.
Yeah.
I don't know what. Something is bothering him.
He's giving it a go, but he didn't look quite that healthy to me.
No.
Yeah.
But
and this time of year, guys are playing through all kinds of injuries. We know that. Some injuries they're not even going to mention because it's the NBA Finals. Yeah. It's the NBA Finals.
So Aaron, who you got tonight? You think Golden State closes it? Boston? Emerson?
I think.
I think Boston will find a way to win tonight.
Yeah, I'm taking Boston.
I think they're going to find a way to win tonight. They seem to show up when their back is against the wall. My thing with that, I mean, there are some games, like even in the series previous before this, I said, why put that pressure on yourself? But they seem to play better when their back is
Yeah,
against the wall
exactly.
for some reason, you know.
Seem like they focus.
But you can, if you could just steal one of those games, like earlier in this season, I thought they should have stole one of those games. Now you could have a little cushion, you know, to be able to. I mean, there's never any cushion in the NBA Finals. Let's make that clear, because I think every game is important. But knowing Golden State's resume, I think you needed to jump out early, and so you could be ahead in this series 3-2 instead of, you know, trying to play catch up right now. So
I look for Steph Curry to put on a show when he gets back to Golden State.
Let's just pause. Can we pause right there for a second about Mr. Curry?
And I predict
we're bringing him up on next one.
Gotcha.
And I predict Draymond Green will get thrown out of this game. I just got a feeling, because I got a feeling he's going to try to amp, and he's going to be a little too amped, and he can go over.
Yeah. So. He's trying to play that enforcer role. I know
exactly.
Yeah, where that he just want to go back home. I'll get you back. I'll get you guys when we get home.
Well, you can't take that chance. You have to. If you got a chance to close the team out, you close them out.
Yeah, you.
I don't care where you're playing at.
Yeah.
If you're playing at the local gym, you close them out if that's where the game is being played.
But just like how Brian said and what you said, Emerson, when Boston's back is up against the wall, they play their better basketball.
Yeah, even on the road.
And so I don't see anything different happening tonight, that Boston's going to get the calls and Boston will be able to finish the game where they take it back to California.
And let me say this too, Ann and Brian. You know, I do believe Boston's going to win tonight, and I hope Golden State is not of the mindset, let's just wait until we get them back home and close out in front of our fans, because anything can happen in a Game 7.
Oh yeah.
Well, you're right,
anything
but take a look in Game 5. There was Golden State should have gotten Oscars for flops.
Yeah, it was some questionable calls.
Very questionable.
And so, even as an official, you're going back and you're going to look at that film, and they're going to say, you know what, we're not going to give you guys these calls here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And like Brian said, you can probably look for Draymond Green to foul out. The head coach knows that, you know what, we're not going to get any calls tonight.
Yeah.
So, like you guys said,
well, we can't whine to the referees at this time of year. Yeah. Play ball. Let's go. Play ball.
These guys are whining.
Yeah, I know. This is my thing. Is I'm tired of seeing the whining. Let's go. Play ball. Let's go.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to see.
Definitely.
Yeah. As long as you have NBA players, you're going to see whining.
Oh yeah, you know that.
These are some pure out divas. You touched my fingernails. But guys, I have a question for you. If the Golden State Warriors win the finals, should Steph Curry win the MVP? Emerson.
Absolutely, with no question. One of the greatest final performances that I've seen in a long, long time. And I always say it's the eye test. And I know my eyes aren't the greatest. I need a new pair of glasses, or a pair of glasses, which will be my first pair of glasses. But I know when I'm seeing this gentleman, this young man, this great basketball player is performing with nothing but greatness.
Let me ask you a question right there. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
That's okay.
What if Wiggins has 30 points tonight and Steph is cold, and Wiggins has the most points in Game 7?
Well,
you mean Game 6? You mean tonight?
If Wiggins scores tonight in Game 6, if Wiggins scores 30 points, but the Celtics lose, not the Celtics, Golden State lose, And then when they get back to Golden State, whatchamacallit puts up 35 points, and Steph only puts up about 24.
Wiggins, you mean, puts up 35.
Mm-hmm.
Wiggins puts up 35, thank you. And Steph only puts up 24.
Mm-hmm.
Would you still give it to Steph?
I still have to give it to Steph. I think Wiggins has really shined in this series, in this finals. I know he doesn't get a lot of the hoopla, but I think Steph Curry has single-handedly kept this team in this series, and he just won't let them lose by any means. He's like, I'm going to will you to win. I'm going to give you another heartbeat when we don't have a heartbeat. I'm going to give you another pulse when we don't have a pulse. That's what the great players do, and you're just seeing nothing but greatness from Steph Curry right now. And I just have to put this up there with one of the all-time performances in the NBA Finals.
Brian.
So that last question that you just asked,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to answer it like this. You said if Wiggins had 30, Curry had, 20, 24. Think of it this way. Just because he has the most points doesn't mean that he's seeing the same type of defense that Curry is seeing. Curry is absolutely, the team is focused on trying to stop him. Other teams are saying, let Wiggins beat us. So he's just saying one-on-one. So think of it that way. So don't think of it just as scoring. And the question about the MVP, I think absolutely. Even in that game where Curry was off, he was off from 3-point land, but he still got his points, and he was giving you rebounds and assists.
Yes.
So he was doing everything just because he just wasn't hitting threes. So yeah, I look at it this way. He's averaging 30 plus in this series. The only blemish he doesn't have is a finals MVP, which he probably could have got in 2015 when Iguodala got it.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Curry, I would definitely say he has to give it. He basically brought them there with when they played Memphis. Because Clay was kind of off until game 6 or 7? What game that was? But I'm giving it to Curry definitely. Then we talking about where is he on that top 10 list if he gets that?
Absolutely.
Because I want to throw this last thing back out there. He's won a championship without Kevin Durant, who's we will probably say the top 3 or 2 best player in the league, scoring wise. And then he wins one with that player, loses that player, and then wins another title without that player. So he's like, I don't really need this guy to get another championship. So, but that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, Aaron?
Me, I would I would have to say you'd have to give Steph Curry the MVP. If Wiggins had played maybe either game 1 or game 2 the way he did in the last game, I would say it would be up for debate. But because he played his role as what he's supposed to on Golden State, you'd have to give right now Steph Curry the MVP.
Yeah.
That he's
phenomenal.
But I think they're going to have to rely more on Wiggins to continue to do what he's doing.
Wiggins is that other guy that, everybody's forgetting about him. Yeah. And I think they need to recognize that this kid can score. This kid is a baller.
He was a number 1 pick, wasn't he?
Yes. Let's not forget that too. Thank you, Brian. This kid has really, he's coming into his own right here before us. And I know, like I said, we talk about Draymond and we talk about Steph and we talk about Clay. but they they have another player in Wiggins who a lot of teams would love to have. If he was on another team, getting the opportunity that Steph is getting, Wiggins probably would average about 27 points a game.
Yep.
Wait until Wiggins' contract is up.
Well,
what I want to say though,
story.
that organization, think of it in this light as well. That organization went and got D'Angelo Russell, who was a number 1 pick, or he was a first round pick. He was a top 5 or something like that. He was in the top 5.
Yeah,
didn't fit. They was like, get him out of here.
Yeah,
and they brought in Wiggins to see if that will work. Just the fact that organization was willing to take on Russell. It was like, don't work, move him right out of here. Let's try something else. They didn't just stay stagnant with it and just say, oh, well, we'll just wait till Clay get back and we'll try to figure it out. So I give that organization's credit.
Yeah. I mean, they did an outstanding job, because most organizations, when you take that hit, they usually don't take a while for them to come back.
Yeah.
And they didn't go crazy, try to sign a whole bunch of free agents. They just said, let the draft play out. Let's keep our eyes open on other talent around the league. And they're right back on top.
Yeah.
With Steph. And kudos for them.
Yep.
Yeah. And they have a number 1 pick in Wiseman that we haven't even seen. I mean, that's another topic for another show. But what is
But here's a sad topic.
They ain't going nowhere.
So sad. Anthony Davis hasn't shot at basketball since April 5th.
Yeah.
Guys, what are your thoughts? And I'm going to start with Brian.
Oh, well, when I heard the clip at first, I was thinking, what the and then it reminded me of something, just a story me and Aaron know. We went out to dinner with one of my uncles, him and his wife, and he seen something out of the window, and he just looked back at us at the table, and he just says sloppy. And we all just started laughing because of his facial expression of what he saw. And that's the way I look at it with Anthony Davis, is that this guy has unlimited potential to be one of the best. Well, I don't know if you want to be a power forward or a center. He has all the ability, but his health, his inability to stay on the court, and to say, oh, I haven't touched the basketball, when you basically only played, how many games did he play? Did he play 50?
No, he didn't play 50.
So what are you doing? That's what I'm thinking. So to me, it was just a person who doesn't really, to me, I know athletes don't like to hear that, but to me, it's like somebody who doesn't want to be great. Because to be great, you have to work on your craft. And working on your craft means keeping your body in shape and also working on your craft. He didn't shoot that great from 3-point land this past season. And he needs to work on his body, get himself straight.
Okay.
Well, I'm saving you for last, Emerson. I said this a few episodes ago. If I was in charge of the Lakers organization, I would clean house.
Wow.
I said I would get rid of Davis and I would get rid of LeBron.
Wow.
Boy, that's you're making a household change, man.
You're not cleaning the house. You're putting a crash on
I'm fumigating the whole place.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, you fumigating it.
Man.
Yeah.
Listen, they would run you out of town so fast as the general manager.
Well, here we go.
Security around your house 24 hours a day.
When you have I'm glad you said all of this, for the simple fact, when you have your star player said that he hasn't touched a basketball since April 5th, and he didn't play 50 games,
Yeah.
And his body kept breaking down. Now I have to question, well, if you're not picking up a basketball, then what's your condition? Are you working out?
Yeah, you can see it on Twitter.
Is it that you're not working out, that this is the reason why your body's breaking down?
Yeah.
Because you don't care? And as fans and the media always bolstering how great he is, or shouldn't we be looking at maybe he's overrated? Because if you can't stay healthy, what good is your availability? It's not there. So, we can say that, oh, Anthony Davis, he when he's playing, he brings his game. He's bringing his game on the bench, on the nice suit that he wears. That's his game. Hey, guys, I'm coming here every week. I'm going to look good. But other than that, you can go ahead and say, he's still a good player. He may turn it around. Just clean house.
Yeah.
Get rid of all these misfits. It's not even worth it. You can get something for Davis now. You can get something for LeBron. The fans will be furious. But if you do your job and bring in the right talent from the draft, it'll be okay. So, that's my sermon on that. Emerson, please.
You ready? Let me start back with Brian. You said you and Aaron were out with Uncle, so it had to be one of my uncles too. You said sloppy. What was he looking at?
What happened was
I'm not going into what he's looking at.
I'll go into it. We were at
you ain't going into that. No, man. No, don't go into that.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Move right along.
Yeah. Thanks, Brian. Thanks for catching me.
Oh man.
Hey,
I just want to reminisce. Maybe you want to reminisce or something.
Yeah, tell the relative, hey, you need to go to Exo Sports. Guess what? We talked about you. Go ahead. Slick.
So listen, first of all, picking up the basketball, I think that was how we got here, right?
Yeah.
His body was the issue, not the basketball, his free throw shooting, or anything else like that. His body was the issue. He's working on his body, his conditioning, his strength, and his wellness so he can be healthy going into the season. Anthony Davis still shoots about 78% from the free throw line. He still is like a 37, 36% free shooter from three-point land. So I don't think that was the issue when we're saying about he's just now picking up a basketball since April. His body, and I'll say it one more time, all right, into the microphone, was the problem. And now he's working on getting his body into tip-top shape, okay? Shooting free throws, all that will come. Hey, hang on.
I want to ask you a question.
Hang on. And now, let me get back to your other crazy idea about cleaning house. First of all, who's coming to the game if you get rid of LeBron and Anthony Davis for some draft picks that's on a maybe, a hope, and a prayer? Do you know how many draft picks the Lakers have had in the top 10 over the last 10 years who aren't even on the team anymore that didn't pan out? And you're talking about let's wait and see who we can get in the draft after we give up LeBron James, who's probably one of the all-time great players, and Anthony Davis, who's definitely a top 75 player of all times. And you're telling me there's somebody in the draft who I'm going to say, hey, we need you to continue paying these top dollar floor seats that they pay to come see a Laker game for some guy that's out of the draft that we're hoping he can pan out to be a Ja Morant or a Steph Curry or a Zion Williamson, box office players. I mean, wait a minute, dude, come on. What are you talking? What are you drinking in that cup you got over there? All right. So we're going to watch and trust. I got to take this from Joel Embiid. Trust the process of the Los Angeles Lakers. My boy AD will be back to the AD of old. Watch what I tell you. 25 and 12 a night. Watch what I tell you. We're averaging like 3 blocks. All right. You hear this number? Make sure we go back to this clip later on in the NBA season. 25 and 12 with 4 block shots, 3 to 4 block shots a game. All right. Averaging like 6 assists.
Yeah,
all
let
right.
me ask Emerson a question.
Yes, sir.
Please do.
Starting next season, who will be in better shape? LeBron or AD?
LeBron's going to have AD in the best shape of his life.
That's not what I asked you. I'm asking you who will be in the better shape, because you said he's not picking up a basketball because he needs to work on his body.
We know what LeBron does with his body.
Well, LeBron will be what, 38?
Over $1 million goes into his body to make sure he's in the best condition, and that's why we see the supernatural things that he can do.
So what's AD putting in, 50K?
Listen, hold on. Let me say this. I caught that. Listen, there's a new sheriff in town, Darvin Ham, and he's going to see to it. And he's going to push these guys. And he doesn't mind pushing these buttons. Then you pick up a guy like Rasheed Wallace to be your assistant coach. We know he doesn't mind getting in your face if he has to make you the best and bring out the best of you. Because we when we look at Rasheed Wallace's career, he might go down as one of the top 10 power forwards in our time. He was unstoppable on the block down there. We all know that.
Tactical fouls did he?
Never mind his antics. I'm not talking about his antics. But Rasheed Wallace on the block was probably one of the most unstoppable players, along with guys like Kevin McHale, and I can name some more names. But what I'm saying to you is, being the student of the game and the toughness that Rasheed Wallace brings, not only as a player, but I believe he's going to bring that as a coach, and he's going to hold guys accountable. Because Darvin Ham said he's going to hold guys accountable for their actions.
You're right.
And now I love what he's going to bring to the table. And Anthony Davis does not want to look like the Anthony Davis that everybody's been talking about. He's going to come out with an attitude. And when I tell you, this guy is going to come in and light up the league.
And that's, you're right about that. Yeah, and I'm curious to see if Ham and Wallace, who I like that they picked up in the coaching staff, will he make AD bring it every night? Because we know
trade LeBron for a draft pick.
AD will bring it on certain nights, and then he'll play a small team like a Golden State and average 12, 15 points when he should dominate and get 30.
We've seen that.
Yeah. So I'm curious to see if that's going to happen.
I believe Rasheed Wallace will get in his face and get in his ear. The ability that Anthony Davis can exhibit on the basketball court, Rasheed Wallace is going to push that out of him.
Yeah.
He's going to push it out of him, and he's going to push him into greatness.
I would give Anthony Davis a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with some milk and send him on his way.
Let him be healthy this year.
And I will, and leaving all the jokes aside, and I'm listening to what you said, that it was his body, that he's working on his body. But when you said that he shoots about 78% from the foul line, maybe if he picks up the basketball and practice on his free throw shooting, maybe he can get it up to 85%. Leaving that basketball on the ground and you're shooting from the foul line at 78%, you can at least get it up to 85 if you practice on your free throws.
Yeah.
So that to me doesn't impress me that, okay, yeah, my body is well conditioned to maybe hold up for X amount of games, but you left a part of your game back home because you didn't want to pick up the basketball in practice. At 78%, and you know that you're going to get fouled a lot, you should be at 85%.
Anthony Davis can shoot 80+% from the free throw line. I have no doubt in my mind about that.
The thing about it is, you just said his percentage is at 78.
Yeah, somewhere in that 78.
So if he's at 78 and he's not picking up the basketball, and he's going to get fouled a lot, he should be working on his free throws.
He should be dominating. You're
going to see a player that's going to be playing like he's possessed.
You sound like a used car salesman that's selling me a car with no motor.
I know Joker ate him up. Joker ate him up.
But you wait till this year. He was playing through an injury. And everybody got to realize he was playing through an injury.
Through so many injuries throughout his career.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking of how to put this. DeMarcus Cousins, we would say, had all the potential, right? Still was a good player, right?
Yeah.
What was his downfall?
Injuries.
There you go. Because he was AD before AD came in the league. He could pass. He was able to handle the rock. He could shoot from three.
High IQ.
And they both was on the same team, if people forgot, where they was eating it up. They were the best players on the team. Your two centers and forward.
Down in New Orleans.
Yeah. So, but my point was that AD, yeah, he's great. But if you ain't on the court, can't be great if you ain't on the court.
And that goes back to Malcolm's comments all the time. Your best ability is availability.
Yeah.
And I totally believe that. But I do believe he's going to get a break with the injury bug sooner or later. And I believe it's coming this year.
Normally doesn't come later when you get older.
And you keep hope alive with those Lakers, because they're not going nowhere. Only to some elderly home. Serena Williams gets an exemption to play in Wimbledon. Was it a good move for tennis? Emerson.
I've always been a big Serena Williams fan. I love to see when she plays. I think it's great for the game. Seeing her on the court at any time, just knowing, following her career throughout, and even at this stage of her career, I think it's great for the game. I think it's great for young women to be able to see a true champion take the court, the things that they can learn, the things that they can develop, watching her showcase her skills on the tennis court. So I think it's a great move.
Yep.
Brian.
And I agree. I thought it was a good move. Fan-wise, business-wise, in all aspects. To me, she's one of the GOATs of tennis with that 23 Grand Slam titles. And just to go a little further, just if you haven't seen the movie King Richard, forget about that Will Smith stuff. Don't forget all about that. But if you've seen the movie,
I'll smack you.
Hey,
it's a very good movie, and it elaborates on some of the obstacles in life that they had to go through and where they came from, the backgrounds. So I thought it was a good move for tennis in its whole. I hope she can get another title just to tie for the most titles for a woman athlete in tennis. But
sure.
And as you watch the movie, think about it as she was younger and seeing her older sister do what she did and to exceed that. And you know, in a sport that doesn't have very many minorities in it. So that's an obstacle, a very big obstacle in itself. So, but yeah, I thought it was a good move for tennis though.
My feelings was, I hope she can get one. But my feelings is this: practice is very important. How much conditioning has she gone through to get ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Because she's not young anymore.
Yeah.
And when you're young, you can play in a lot of tournaments and you can practice on what you're doing wrong. For her, it's just, okay, I've practiced at home. Now I just got to go out there and execute it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can she do that? I don't know. But she has a young lady, Miss Margaret Court, who has 24 Grand Slam tournaments wins.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just incredible. 11 Australian Opens, Miss Court, 5 French Opens, 5 U.S. Opens, and 3 Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Serena
Listen, man.
is 1 behind her
Yes.
to tie.
Man, you said something about practice, man. What did AI say? Allen Iverson said, we're talking about practice.
I am just going to
talking about practice.
I'm just going to completely ignore you right about now because Serena has 11, not 11, but 7 Australian Opens, 3 French Opens, and 6 U.S. Opens, and 7 Wimbledons.
That's pretty even.
That's pretty even.
Yeah, that's every court. Pretty even.
And I'll never forget when they one of the announcers was talking to Mr. Williams, and they said, "Oh, Venus is outstanding. How far do you think she can go?" And he looked and he said, "I've got a younger daughter, Serena, who's going to be pretty impressive."
Yeah.
And I never forgot that. And he was spot on.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Serena. Serena won 7.
You mean Venus?
Venus won 7.
Yeah.
2 U.S. Opens and 5 Wimbledons.
Yeah.
So,
yep,
had a good career.
Yeah, the movie shows a lot of things that me as a sports fan I didn't even recognize until like, oh, I do remember that. I do remember this and that. So,
and one of the things that broke my heart was Monica Seles. And I was telling Brian, I said, we never got a chance to see her full potential of how many Grand Slams she could have won. She won 9. And her career was pretty much cut short after that incident of getting stabbed on the court, which was just totally sad.
Yeah.
But she winded up with 9 Grand Slams. But let's hope that Serena can get out there and Wimbledon, and she will be tied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guys, congratulations to Daniel Suarez, first Mexican-born driver to win the Nascar Cup Series race Sunday in Simona Raceway.
Yeah.
That was big.
That's good.
That was big.
That's good to see, good to see.
I think I'm thinking about getting a NASCAR, and what do you think? How do you think I'd do as a driver?
I think if there's a Hardee's nearby, I think you will probably pull the car over and ask for a burger and some
I don't
fries.
like Hardee's, man. Give me a Five Guys burger instead, man.
With the LIV golf tournament, the winner, Charles Schwartz, won the tournament. His money purse was $5 million. Woo! PGA is furious at some of the golfers that went over there, and they're saying that, well, you may not be able to play in our tournaments. We're going to suspend you.
$5 million? Suspend me. I'm going to get the money.
I think they had a press conference today, and they were saying they're going to let them play. And I think it's the Open.
Yeah.
They were talking, they was trying to threaten him that they weren't going to let him play.
Yeah. Going to get the money.
Well, the interesting thing was that tournament that Charles won, he got $5 million.
Yes.
If you win the Masters, you get $2 million.
Yeah. Exactly. So where do you
They
think I'm
go a
going
little
to
bit
play
further. In his last
gonna
4
go-
seasons, he's won $3.9 million.
Mhm.
And they're saying that Phil was offered $200 million to
I heard that.
play over there.
Was it 200?
Greg Norman got, I think it was $100 million
140, 100, somewhere in that range.
to be the CEO for the LIV Golf.
They have endless pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's dirty money, though.
They have endless
Painted
pockets.
money, I'll say that. It
It's-
comes with
But-
it.
Charles said they put on an awesome show over there. And I think this is only going to be the beginning of competition between
It's
the PGA,
called Show
PGA
me the
and
money.
LIV.
Talking about the money.
Yeah. Or
Talk
can
about the
the
money.
LIV sustain? Because this is like, what is that? What's that other football league?
USFL.
USFL. So you trying to compete.
I feel sorry for the USFL. I just think it's something where that, hey, give it a shot. We can see certain things that we might be able to use in the NFL, and we'll fold the 10 up in a year or so.
I think they're
Give it-
talking about the USFL playing some of the NFL teams, or playing the loser of one of the NFL playoff games or something.
No, they need
In
more
a-
players. They
in
need
a
more
charity
players.
in a charity game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that wraps
I
that
don't know
up.
what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is not condoned by Exo Sports. I don't know what he's talking about.
That's what you call fake news right there, folks. Emerson, please.
Well, folks, it's time to go. We'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed the show. And we gotta go.
We'll be
And
recording
folks-
that one.
He does not drink. He was completely sober.
Oh man, something else.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to Exo Sports Show, the hottest sports talk show in the land.
And Brian, please tell us about the subscribe button, please.
Yeah. Once again, we want to thank all the viewers and listeners. Please feel free to post those comments. Return to the show. We'll be back next week, and we look forward to doing it again.
Hey,
And-
maybe we'll have
and
the
we
whole
wanna
band
say-
back together.
We
Yeah.
want to say hi to Bethany Grace for watching the show tonight.
Hey,
Oh, what's up?
Anthony,
What's up?
hello.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to Exo Sports Talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have the whole band back together next week, huh?
Stay tuned.
Yeah, they're doing those solo careers, man. You know
Good
how
night,
bands break
everybody.
up and get back together.
Brian, just cut him off.
Yeah,
Please.
bands get back there. You know, they break up, get back together. You know, huh?
LIV. They already took off for the money.
Show me the money. Show me